It's 2 minutes in the clock. You are approaching to take down the turtle, and when you made the first strike on turtle, all of a sudden the whole enemy jumps on you, while your roam is busy babysitting the marksman and you die. Most players think macro is a checklist. Take the turtle, rotate to gold lane, push the wave. They follow these rules mechanically, and they still lose. Not because the rules are wrong, because macro is not a rule book, it is a language. And until you learn to read it, you are not playing the game. You are reacting to it. The players who dominate every match are not following a checklist. They are reading a situation and making the only logical move. Today, I will teach you how to do exactly that. What if there was a framework which could turn you into a god of macro, the puppet master of the battlefield who controls everything? I have been playing this game for 7 years, with over 20,000 matches under my belt. More than 8,000 of those matches were spent studying macro decisions alone, what went right, what went wrong, and exactly why. Most of the time, I play solo rank. Trust me when I say I know what it costs to lose a match to a macro decision you did not understand. This is not just a random macro video. This is a journey I have designed, where I have compiled everything about Mobile Legends macro into a single definitive framework. By the end of this journey, you will master adaptive macro. Before we begin, forget everything you think you know about macro. Clear your mind. What you are about to learn is not a checklist. It is a framework. And a framework does not just give you answers. It teaches you to find the answer for any situation the game throws at you. We are starting our journey with one of the most important aspects of macro, map awareness. This is the absolute fundamental of all macro. Without it, your entire macro knowledge will be useless. You have probably heard this many times before. Look at the map. But it is not just about looking at the map. It is about knowing exactly what you have to see in the map. What does a map show you? It gives you an overview of the present situation. You can see where your teammates are, the positions of your minions, the positions of the enemies that are exposed to your teammates, and the spawn timers of the turtle, lord, and buffs. But information is not just what you see. It is also what you don't see. Every time you cannot see an enemy on the map, you have to stay alert and do logical deduction of their position. This is where the advanced concept of ghost tracking comes in. Every time an enemy vanishes, they are moving toward a resource. Here is what this looks like in practice. Imagine it is minute 3. You see the enemy jungler at the bottom river, then he disappears. Most players panic and retreat, but you apply the Law of Inertia, one of the 3 sub-laws inside ghost tracking. The Law of Inertia states this: enemies cannot teleport. A hero moving from the bottom river to the gold lane takes 10 to 12 seconds. So if he vanished 6 seconds ago, he is still in transition. He cannot be at your gold lane yet. You know this. Your gold laner does not need to back off. They need to keep farming. Because the gank is not here. It is still 6 seconds away. Before the 6 seconds ends, your gold laner goes under turret safety because a potential gank might happen. That single deduction protects your gold laner's farm and does not break their rhythm. That is ghost tracking as a live macro weapon. I have a whole designated video on this topic on this channel, which you can check out later. But as we progress in our journey to adaptive macro, we will refer back to map awareness, and I will elaborate more on exactly how you utilize it in different situations. To help you relate to the phases of macro, I will break down macro according to the 3 phases of the game: early game, mid game, and late game. In the early game, everything you do has only one goal, which is to create a positive farm gap from your enemy. To do this, first, you have to ensure you secure all of your resources. The second thing is, you prevent the enemy from getting their resources. So, how can you do it? You do it by last hitting the minions and preventing enemies from last hitting their minions, by freezing lanes, by invading the enemy jungle, by killing your opponent, by securing the turtle, and so on. But how do you actually execute all of this? Before we continue, a big shout out to our sponsor, Eldorado.gg. It is the smartest marketplace for gamers. If you are looking for a secure place for diamond top-ups to buy your favorite skin, Eldorado.gg is the solution. You can browse various offers and check ratings to ensure you are buying from verified sellers. It is super simple. Choose the offer, complete the payment, and get instant delivery on your order. There is zero risk because every purchase is protected by Trade Shield. This gives you a 100% money-back guarantee if the seller fails to deliver. Plus, they have 24/7 live support and excellent reviews on Trustpilot, so you know it is trusted. Click the link in my description or pinned comment and use code IMMORTAL to get a discount on your purchase. Grab your favorite skin today. As the game starts, all the laners move towards their lanes. But if you are a jungler or a roamer, you have critical choices available to you. Depending on what you do, it can impact your whole match. If you take the blue buff first, your jungle path will end in the bottom lane. If you take the red buff first, your jungle path will end in the top lane. At the end of every jungle cycle, you will get an opportunity to gank a lane. So, to find the answer of which buff to take, another critical question arises. Which lane should you gank first? As we are developing adaptive macro, we will take decisions based on the situation. Gold laners are usually the heroes who are strong in the late game, and exp laners are usually stronger in the early to mid game. Helping your exp laner dominate early will give you an advantage in the first turtle fight. Helping your gold laner early will boost your team fight damage output later. But there is another massive thing you have to consider. Who has the better or worse matchup? This brings us to the concept of the power spike. Power spikes are different for each hero. Some heroes are stronger in the early game, while some heroes are stronger in the late game. So naturally, if one of your laners is facing a hero whose power spike is in the early game, they will have a hard time in a 1 versus 1 situation. If you help a winning lane, you ensure that your teammate becomes overpowered. But if you help a losing lane, the first thing you want to ensure is preventing your losing lane from feeding, which will at the same time prevent your opponent from turning overpowered. Because a fed enemy XP laner can really destroy you in the early to mid game. That is why if your exp laner is facing a losing matchup, you can prioritize the first rotation on the exp lane. But except for that specific situation, prioritizing rotating on the gold lane first is better, because it ensures your gold laner does not fall behind. However, just rotating in a lane is not enough. You have to make a successful attack to get a benefit out of your rotation. How do you actually make a successful attack? Most people, while rotating, do it mindlessly. The problem with this is, with mindless rotation, sometimes you get lucky and get kills, and sometimes you just go there. Nothing happens. You keep waiting, and during this time, you lose your farm. But if we want to create a positive farm gap, we can't waste our time. This is why you have to time your gank while rotating in any lane so that it will not be a waste of time and resources. But how do you do it? Imagine this scene. You rotate to gold lane and there is no minion during this time. Does the gold laner has any reason to come forward? The answer is no. In this situation, all you can do is wait for the gold laner to come forward, which will rarely happen. While you are waiting, you are missing on other farming opportunities in the map. So, how do you avoid this? To avoid this, you have to rotate to gold lane exactly when your minion is present in that lane. You can just keep tracking the minion wave that spawns, time your rotation, and when you see it's approaching to the lane, what benefit it will give you. This time, the enemy marksman has to come forward because he needs the minion farm. When he comes forward, if you engage him properly, the chances are you will get a kill, and if you still miss the kill, because he used flicker or other spell, it will still be a win trade. Because now he is at a disadvantage as his spell is in CD, and if you can drain some of his HP, he might consider to recall. It will allow your team to get turret shield gold. That's why just by doing a well-timed rotation, you can trigger the events that will give you early game advantage. I call this the magnet theory. Every resource on the map is a magnet. Minion wave, buff, turtle, lord. Enemies are always moving toward one. Know the magnet, and you always know where to find your target. So, anytime you gank a lane, first, wait for a magnet to be there which will pull your enemy, and you can utilize this and attack them when they are off guard. So going back to our early game tactics. As you may know, the first turtle spawns on the X lane. If you rotate to the gold lane first, after a successful attack, you can just use the strong river current flowing toward the turtle to quickly join the turtle fight. But before that, the real question. Is taking down the turtle always the best move? To find the answer, we have to understand the territory law. The territory law states this: every neutral objective belongs to whoever controls the surrounding area. The turtle does not belong to your team because you're jungler attacking it. It belongs to whoever controls the bushes around it. If you calculate it, taking down the turtle will give each of your teammates 60 gold. The whole team will get 300 gold in total. Imagine two scenarios. In scenario 1, your roamer and X-blaner arrive at the turtle bushes first. They control both flanks. No enemy can enter the pit without walking into your vision. The turtle is yours before you even touch it. That is the territory law working for you. Now in scenario 2, the enemy controls those same bushes. You want the turtle. But if you step into that pit, you are stepping into their territory. You cannot see them. They can see you. Forcing the turtle in this state does not give you 300 gold. It gives them 300 gold and a kill. So, what do you do in this situation? That brings us to the concept of trading off. What we want to do is create a farm gap. Instead of taking down the turtle, you can take the enemy buff or gank the opposite lane of the turtle. If you can successfully kill the enemy gold laner and take gold from the turret shield, your whole team will benefit more than taking down the turtle. And at the same time, the opponent gold laner will lag behind, giving your team a massive boost. So, now one thing should be crystal clear to you. If your team wants the turtle, it is not just the jungler's job. It is incredibly important for your roamer, mid laner, and X-blaner to take control of that area before starting the turtle. Otherwise, trading off with something else is better. Whatever you do, your team's goal should be clear. I know it is hard to get teammates in solo queue who can see your goal, but for now, make sure you understand what is best for your team to do. Now you know how the jungler's choice of which buff to take first decides your entire first rotation path. This also goes exactly the same for your enemy. If you can figure out which buff your opponent started, you can figure out their entire jungle pathing. The roamer should give this information to the team. By revealing the enemy, the roamer will also get bonus gold. But what if your roamer doesn't give you that information? You still have a way to know the jungle pathing of your opponent, and here is where information becomes power. There is a technique called the gold reading trick. At 25 seconds into the game, the jungle buff spans. Check the scoreboard and track how the opponent jungler's gold is increasing. If the enemy gets a sudden 112 gold, which will make the total gold 412 plus a little surplus golds, depending on the buff clearing speed, they started on the red buff. In that case, their path ends at your bottom lane. On the other hand, if you notice frequent rise of gold, 22 plus 100, 22 from small blue, and 100 from big blue, they have 422 plus a little surplus gold. They started on the blue buff. Their path ends at your top lane. 10 gold. That is the entire difference. But that 10 gold tells you which side of the map is about to be invaded, which lane is exposed, and exactly where your team needs to set up ambush. By knowing the enemy jungler's path, you can plan an invade in advance and stop them before they gank the side lane. You can also set up an ambush and kill their jungler midway. Like this, your early game should be designed in a way so that you can get ahead of the enemy when the mid-game hits. Until the 5-minute mark, you have to continue by the laws of the early game. After 5 minutes into the game, the mid-game hits. If you do not make the right choices in the mid-game, you will throw away all the advantages that you gained in the early game. There are 2 pathways to play in the mid-game, and it completely depends on how your early game went. When the mid-game hits, you are either ahead or you are behind the enemy in terms of farming and turrets. First, let's consider you are ahead. In this state, you want to make sure you take advantage of your farm and end the match even before the late game hits. How can you achieve this? The first step is to bait enemies. You already know how to use magnet theory to make a successful attack, but there is another tool which will further enhance it. The tool of mid-game macro, the starvation trap. Here is how it looks in a real match. Your team is ahead. Instead of pushing the wave into the turret of your opponent and giving them safe, easy farm, you freeze the minions before it reaches their turret range. The enemies are starving. They need that gold, so they step forward. The moment they leave turret range, your team collapses on them, and as you are ahead in farm, you will win the fight. If they don't take the risk and come forward, they will keep losing gold and XP. After winning the fight, you are free to take any objective. It can be their turret or buffs. The starvation trap does not require superior mechanics. It requires superior patience. You are not waiting for them to make a mistake. You are engineering the mistake by controlling their hunger. If you are an X-planer, you can cut lanes and rotate quickly to create a number advantage for your team in any team objective. This is a great tactic to win team fights. One warning: if you rotate without clearing your wave first, you hand the enemy a free turret. A rotation without clearing wave is not a play. It is a gift to your opponent. When you are ahead, mid-game tactic is simple. Make successful team fights and take objective right away. The objectives are turret, turtle, buffs. How long do you continue this state? You continue like this until the first lord spawns. If no one takes down the third turtle, the lord will spawn at 8 minutes. But if any team takes down third turtle, the lord will spawn 2 minutes after taking down the third turtle. If you are ahead in farm, it can be a very wise choice to take the Lord after 12 minutes, because the Lord will be enhanced after 12 minutes. Beside this, before 12 minutes, inhibitor turrets have heavy shields which make it incredibly hard to push. After winning the Lord, whether you will be able to end the match or not greatly depends on how you align the lanes. As you know, the mid lane is shorter than the other 2 lanes. It is wiser to not clear the mid lane until the super minion waves reach the other 2 lanes and advance a bit. If you can align the minions in a way where all 3 lanes, along with the Lord, will attack the turrets at the exact same time, it will be nearly impossible for enemies to defend. Even if you fail to end the match, you should be able to take down all the inhibitors. But if a situation arrives where you cannot take all the inhibitors, and you must choose which one to take down, it is always better to take down the side inhibitors first. It is much easier for enemies to clear waves in the mid lane from their high ground than clearing waves in the side lanes. That means taking side inhibitors puts permanent massive pressure on them. But what do you do if you are behind when the mid game hits? Now, your goal has changed entirely. Your main goal in this situation is to minimize the farm and turret gap that your opponent has created. The first thing is to avoid aggressive fight engagements until you catch up to the farm level. Your ego wants you to fight back, but you lack the farm and damage, therefore you must swallow your pride. Use all your skills purely to defend the turret and clear waves. You are not losing, you are waiting. Every wave you clear safely is a step closer to the counterattack window, the exact moment when your farm catches up and your power spike activates. Do not force that window open, let it open itself. Wait for your opponent to make a risky engagement, like a forced turret dive. In a word, avoid head-to-head fights entirely. Only use counterattacks or just defend. If you don't make mistakes, there is a high chance you will catch up to the farm or successfully drag the game to the late game. If you are way behind your opponent, it is even wise to not join the Lord fight at all and keep farming instead. Because if you stay alive, there is a high chance you will keep defending Lords from inside your base, dragging the match to the late game where farm gaps no longer have any effect. Basically, when you are too behind, put all your focus on saving the inhibitor turret. If you lose inhibitor turret, super minions will spawn, which will make it very hard to defend against your opponent. But if you can keep them alive and hit the late game, you will have an opportunity to make a comeback in the match. Now, welcome to the late game. The late game is a time where a single mistake will take away the whole match from you. This is the time when you have to play with extreme caution because the death timers are massive. To dominate the late game, you have to understand the late game power spikes. As we have discussed before, farm-dependent heroes who scale high with equipment become very strong in late game. They are generally marksmen, but there are also other stack-dependent heroes who get really strong in late game. If your enemy has those power spike heroes, they are the priority targets. If your team can take down those heroes first, when a fight starts, your chance of winning this fight becomes high. But since they are at their power spike, you need proper engagement from the CC heroes of your team so that you can kill them before they get the chance to deal any damage. At the same time, you have to protect the late game power spike hero of your own team with top priority. The longer your late gamer teammate will survive, the more will be your chance to win fights. You have to remember, no matter how much damage a late game hero has, they are still squishy. So they have to position themselves in a way which will make it harder for the opponent to touch them. Beside this, itemization. Knowledge like use of key quick item switches, for example. Immortality, winter truncheon, rose gold can also help you perform better in late game. There is another tool in late game, I call it formation breaker. It is very useful to break enemy formation when they are sticking together. If your team has a high mobile split pusher, he can push side lane minions and then quickly join the team. It will force one enemy to break their formation and defend the turret. Like this. You can create 4 versus 5 team fights in late game, which will increase your chance to win fights. And then comes the moment that decides everything. The Lord fight. If you can't win Lord fights, it is hard to win a match. After 18 minutes, the Evolve Lord appears. This Lord fight is the ultimate crisis point. If you lose this Lord fight, the enemy will have a guaranteed opportunity to end the match. But how can you ensure you win the Lord fight? Many players think the Lord fight happens after the Lord actually spawns. They are completely wrong. The Lord fight starts the exact second the timer of the Lord spawn appears on your map. The Lord timer starts 2 minutes before the Lord spawns. It is a loud signal that you have to take control of that territory. Here is the sequence that wins Lord fights. The moment the 2-minute timer appears, your exp-laner identifies the lane opposite to the Lord. They push that wave hard and fast. They need to crash it into the enemy turret exactly 10 seconds before the Lord spawns. Then they immediately rotate to the Lord pit. Why? Because the enemy now faces a choice. Defend the wave that is destroying their turret, or contest the Lord. They cannot do both perfectly. While they are split in their decision, your team has already taken both Lord side bushes. Your roamer and fighter are zoning. Your marksman is dealing damage. Your jungler is timing retribution. The team that executes these 5 roles in sync does not just have better odds. They have removed the enemy's ability to make a clean decision. That is how you make the Lord zone your territory and steal the mental game before the Lord even spawns. Just like it is your jungler's job to time the retribution correctly to secure the Lord, it is an equally important job for all other teammates to zone out the opponent and take control of all the bushes near the Lord. If a Lord is stolen by your opponent, you share the equal fault for it getting stolen. Because you didn't zone out the enemy properly, the Lord was stolen. The roamer, fighter, and mage have the highest power to zone out enemies, while the marksman deals damage to the Lord and the jungler secures it with retribution. The team that executes these specific roles correctly will have the highest chance to secure the Lord. If you win the Lord fight, just sink the minions, engage a well-timed fight when they are busy taking down the Lord, and end the match. But if you lose the Lord fight, you must go into an all-defensive mode. Ensure you put all your focus on defending the base. Because as long as the base is alive, the match is alive, and you will always have a chance to make a comeback. Lock in these 7 laws of adaptive macro. 1. Your only goal in the early game is a farm gap. Every decision traces back to that. 2. Rotate when matchup and magnet theory say the enemy is off guard. Help the losing lane only to stop a feed, never because you feel like it. 3. The turtle is territory before it is gold. No vision, no attempt. 4. When you are ahead, weaponize starvation. Take the 12-minute Lord, sink the waves, and end the match before the comeback ever arrives. When you are behind, be patient. Farm the minions. Save the turrets. 5. Hunt the priority target first. The fight begins, you delete their power-spiked hero, and at the same time, you protect your own. 6. The Lord fight begins the moment the 2-minute timer appears, not when the Lord spawns. 7. The match ends when your base falls. Until then, the comeback is always on the table. Every match gives you a situation. Adaptive macro gives you the answer. Master the reading, and no situation will ever confuse you again. You are no longer the player who reacts. You are the strategist who decides. You are the puppet master, and from this moment, every match belongs to you. This is just the beginning. In the next video, we go deeper. I will show you how your draft writes the entire adaptive macro before the match even begins. Until then, stay sharp, stay logical, and I will see you in the next one.